good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your favorite gentleman, Jay Rashad, and I got my man DJ Timeline here sitting in with me today.
What's going on?
Now we were talking earlier,
Yeah.
about a Facebook status,
Okay.
about what's damaging relationships.
What's damaging relationships? Everybody always got something to say about what damages relationships. My whole thing, I always said what damages relationships is control.
Elaborate.
Elaborate on it. Well, we talking about control. Self-control, if I put it like this, I put myself in a relationship, I'm not trying to control the woman.
Right.
But I would be feeling like sometimes that they would be trying to control me. And naturally, from what I learned from past experiences, and especially in lieu of dealing with my parents, who have been in a relationship all of my life, basically, when it comes to control, no, it's called work together, not being on a one-sided street.
That part.
So if I'm either further elaborating on self-control, that's just in lieu of saying I'm not trying to control you. Why are you trying to control me?
Right. If y'all together, y'all supposed to be in a partnership. Y'all supposed to be making agreements and compromises so things can work out the way y'all both want to.
Oh, of course. I mean, if it's agreements and compromises that everybody could work on, but nobody is listening to the attention of it, who's going to be the first one to try to address that, though? Control.
Right.
That's how I would put it.
So you said it was your parents that you saw.
Yeah.
So you grew up thinking like that's normal.
I grew up thinking that my parents were working together more so than, a thing of control being normal. Like their type of self-control is, my dad was always about, hey, I'm going to mind my business. You mind your business. We come back together to work on something, and that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And it's always been like that. That's what I was shown. I wasn't shown what I actually, been through or been involved with, especially when it came to, these type of relationships on control. Like I can explain my first one that I actually took seriously. You know the woman, as a matter of fact.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it? Or? I mean,
I'm not gonna say the lady's name.
Don't. Yeah, you ain't gotta say it.
However, how that came up about her, yeah, we used to work together, and I was fine with her being around. I didn't know that she was trying to hook up with a brother.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, she was cute, and couldn't handle it. And from my understanding, especially with you, they said everybody in the school wanted to hook up with her, and y'all all surprised when she wanted to hook up with me, and I didn't even go to y'all damn school. So,
oh yeah.
Put it in lieu of that, we was going into the thing, and next thing you know, it was all these randomized questions of feeling guilty for some strange reason, and it was like, all right, well, I'm gonna say this in order to address the guilt that I'm trying to press on you, just to keep from whatever secret I got going on. Going into the process of the relationship, shoot, that woman put me through trying to admit that I cheated on her and I wasn't even involved in no relationship with her. Brought about lies like I got her pregnant and actually took me to a doctor to prove it. Okay, proven true, but now you're trying to, force this whole thing of child support on me if I break up with you. Just dealing with just random shit that, you wouldn't think that any type of college kid would even try to go through or nothing like that. So that's them were some rough points of control that I didn't know that was around. And one of the issues that I was facing in that relationship was about self-control. This woman was, that woman almost killed me. A couple times, actually. Not just one time, just a couple times.
Heard the stories. I heard the stories. We all got some of them stories when we was younger. But yeah, I heard you dodged a bullet with that one.
Yeah. A big old Buick Rendezvous proved that bullet. Okay. One night out at the clubs, and one night out the club that we shouldn't have even went to. Yeah, I drove a young lady home, and this was the same young lady that was trying to say that I was a dog and the whole nine, and that was my way of. I guess that was her way of trying to prove that I was cheating on her. I'm like, I just dropped the lady off at home. What are you talking about?
That her insecurity showed.
Her insecurity showed. So now here comes where I guess that insecurity brings upon control. So now you want to try to do things or say things to control the relationship upon the matter in which you don't know. You actually pissing this man off instead of working the balance of the matter, which honestly the man was trying to get to in the first place.
Yeah. And I don't understand because one thing I realize is that, especially in this day and age, it's mainly like women who want to be in control. Mm-hmm. But let the man want to lead, then they want to say, "Oh, well, you're being narcissistic, you're being controlling, and I don't want to deal with that."
Women have a tendency to try to address the situation that they're pissed off about a whole lot quicker than a man would address the situation that he's pissed off about.
I agree.
So putting it like that, man wants peace, right?
So many of us just want peace.
Women are supposed to be our peace, right?
Supposed to be.
That's how they grew. They supposed to be our, from our rib. That was a piece of us.
Yeah.
So why not enjoy that peace? Well, not if I'm getting nagging all the damn time.
Yeah. Some of the things that women do, I really don't. I guess I can see where it comes from because what's publicized and normalized in the mass media is your Facebooks or your social media, TV, media, movies.
Off top, social media killed relationships. Oof. We would want to say that that's the number one killer now, but we know that the number one killer is automatically control. Because look at it this way. You pay attention to social media about how they're having these gender wars out here these days or what have you.
Yeah.
You want to let that control your mind because that's obviously what's going on right now. Like, let me put it like this. I remember there was a gender war argument about the Cheesecake Factory.
About the first date thing?
About the first date thing with it being the Cheesecake Factory. Now, I'm going to be fully honest. I would have never thought of choosing the Cheesecake Factory as like my first date off top. But I'm not an expensive cat either, though.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to be a casual cat. Let me see where this conversation goes instead of let me see how far my money can stretch just for you to be thinking that I'm just trying to get into your drawers. I'm like, not trying to get into your drawers. I mean, although that's a plus.
Right.
I mean, that's going to always be a plus.
But it's not automatically expected, especially on a first date.
Exactly. So, it's the number one relationship killer is control.
And I think that whole debate started with, women who really just wanted to go on the dates for either the meal or the atmosphere for their social media or whatever the case. So number one kind of controls number two. Mm-hmm. But then also the phrase first impression, like it's taken out of context because first impression is supposed to mean like the first image that you saw somebody in. And when we go on these dates, it's supposed to be getting a glimpse of what it's like to be in a relationship. with somebody.
Yeah.
If we're in a relationship, we're not going to fancy restaurants all the damn time. So why would that be the first date that I take you on?
Well, because of first impressions.
Taken out of context.
It's taken out of context. I mean, a woman thinks that, hey, okay, I'm looking at this man. Okay, you know how they always say that quote, a woman know what she gonna do to you within the first 5 seconds of looking at you and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's upon first impressions about going to a club or a night lounge.
Yeah.
Not something like a grocery store or a church or one of your kids, nighttime performances or what have you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if you see her at school all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That would be a perfect setup.
So when it come amongst first impressions, I'm like, okay, if we going to the club, I mean, you would expect that people got money just because of how they spend their money in the clubs.
Right. But is that all you're looking for?
But wait, that club though throws a first impression upon the man and woman in the first place, if you really think about it.
It does.
Because I can go to a liquor store, just go get that same bottle that I'm spending about $200 for just about $20. Right?
$30.
You see what I'm saying?
But I think the word impression is not, people are not trying to leave an impression. People are trying to impress people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason why this whole first date thing, where you take a woman, where you don't take a woman, got out of hand in the first place, because so many people are focused on impressing somebody instead of leaving an impression.
Mm-hmm.
That now women are expecting men to go above and beyond on the first date. And if I don't know you, I don't want to spend money on you yet.
Right. I want to get to know you in order to make sure that you are of value.
Right. And if I value you, then we'll go on those expensive dates later
Exactly.
on. But we're not doing that off the rip, because I got to know where your head is at.
Exactly. Because if your head is already on that high value, then I'm not of high value as of yet to be dealing with those high value expectations. I'm just saying that's just for like the average guy.
Yeah, the average guy is not there.
The average guy is not there.
The average woman wants the top 10% of men.
Yeah.
But yet the other 90 that are average, they don't even want to take the time to consider them because they're not in the top 10.
You know what's worse about that top 10 percentage as well? They don't want that bottom 90% of women either.
The funny part about it is I ran across a clip from Kevin Samuels not too long ago. And he says that exact thing. He said that exact thing. And it's like, people look at him and like listen to him and they're like, he's this, he's that. But sometimes he makes some valid points.
What I would say about Kevin Samuel, may he rest in peace.
Yeah.
People should have listened to him in the first place, because that was like the first lick of men that were saying that enough is enough.
Yeah.
Especially if we're trying to give our all to y'all just to keep y'all first impressions of us, substantiated at, that level of highness where, you can't get us out of your head.
Yeah.
Kevin Samuel was that first one.
He was the first one to bring that up, and the first one to openly and honestly talk about how people are. Now, some people would label him a woman basher or whatever the case, but if you actually go back and look at the people that was calling in saying how they're high value, and all he simply asked a lot of the time was to explain how you're high value.
Right.
Because a lot of these women don't make six figures. A lot of these women have multiple kids with multiple fathers, but
these are also by men that don't want nothing to do with them as well.
Men who wasn't high value in the first place.
And men who weren't high value in the first place as well. Okay. Sorry to say, and hate to say it, men ain't shit, women ain't shit. Remember what don't lie, right? Numbers, right?
Numbers don't lie. You're right.
So, going back to Kevin Samuel, especially when it marks first impressions, if you dealing with what is quote unquote the alpha male,
Yeah.
it would be on a recognition that if you that type of woman that wants that control, that hey, I'm gonna try to get this man up off his off his thing, but I'm gonna need some of that stuff to take care of my bills type deal. Like, you going on the road that you don't need to right about now,
For real.
Cause he gonna put you on Front Street and you gonna do everything that you can to try to control that situation.
You right. You right. And that's why I can't even. I don't even remotely call myself an alpha male. I don't want to control nobody.
No,
I want us to be in the ring together. I don't want us to be opponents. I want us to tag team against the rest of the world.
right. It's as women would say. I mean, I've had some women talk about. I'm looking for a partner. I'm like, me too.
Right. I want a partner, but some people don't necessarily want a partner. They just want a sponsor.
Yeah, somebody they can control.
That part. I want somebody who's going to fund my lifestyle, but somebody I can tell what to do.
Exactly.
And I can still have my freedom at the end of the day.
It doesn't work like that.
It does not.
And it hurt when I had to let go of certain friendships.
Ooh.
And I'm talking years.
Say it again.
Years. Kendrick is saying now mustard, like years. Man, let me tell you something about 40s. I have gained a whole different perspective on life turning 40. I remember being down south in Atlanta. And one thing this nigga used to say to me all the time, it's like, bruh, as soon as you get to 40, man, that's living life. I didn't understand what the hell he meant about that until I turned 40.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, I feel like I know everything now. I feel like I've been through everything right now. But honestly, I ain't went through shit yet.
Because you still got a whole nother half
of life to go.
There you go. Yeah. So it's like we right at the middle point. We right at the peak of the mountain. And it took so long for us to climb to 40.
It really did.
Now we at the top, and it's just rolling fast.
It's just rolling fast as hell. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something else about 40. I'm gonna tell you something else about 40. Niggas didn't think they was gonna make it past 25.
Dude, when I tell you, I was just telling somebody that story. Remember we all went out to the club and we was all wearing suits?
Oh my God.
Remember that?
I was the first nigga wearing the damn suits. Of course I remember.
But do you remember do you remember what the occasion was when we did that?
I think it was one of our birthdays.
It was mine.
It was your birthday. Yeah, it was your birthday.
It was 24th.
Okay. Yeah, 24th birthday.
Because in my mind, I got 1 year left.
The motherfucking 1 year suit, right?
That was
the white suit.
The cream suit. The Stacey Adams joint.
The Stacey Adams joint.
Yeah.
I had on the goddamn motherfucking pinstripe.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yep.
All right.
And it's crazy because you just said that. I was just telling somebody that story. Like, most of the people that I know, we didn't think we was going to make it past 25. And so at that point, and the album is probably still on Facebook right now, and I literally called that album 24 and Counting.
You had your reasons.
Looking back,
yeah,
we didn't think we had a lot of time left.
Yeah, we didn't think we had that counting in measure. Man, look. And nigga, when I turned 25, I was so motherfucking happy. You know, I went to the damn cigar bar in San Antonio. With a couple of my guys I was working at when I was working at AT&T.
Yeah.
Sat there with a cigar, just telling these cats, because they a little bit younger than me. I'm like, dawg, man, if y'all was living in my hood, growing up and seeing the shit that I've seen, you would have never thought you would make it past 25. Man. That's why I'm drinking this drink right now.
Man.
and celebrate my life. And wait, you want to know what was the messed up thing that happened though at that point in time?
What's that?
I'm seeing on the news while I'm in San Antonio, in Minnesota, that same day on my birthday, the damn 35 bridge collapse.
I heard about that.
That happened on the day of my birthday, 2007.
Whew.
You wouldn't think I wouldn't remember shit on the day of my birthday.
No, that's
like,
that's especially when you remember shit on the
yeah,
day of
it's
your
on
birthday.
the day of my birthday. Yeah, like I remember Paul George breaking his leg on one of my birthdays. It was 2014 when that happened. And he was just going for the dream team and stuff.
Damn, that show.
And you know what was even funnier? That was the birth of my son. That was the year of the birth of my son.
Show was.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So that's how I remember that one. I was like, dude, coming up, you dealing with them aspects of life, and it's like, you dealing with them real quick. Then it's like the relationship, the marriage, the going through having the kid thing, and then even before that, you was just dealing with college, and it's like you dealing with all of these steps in life, and it's just like, yeah, you wouldn't think that going through some of the adversaries that you're going through in the hood, per se.
Yeah.
Because, hey, that's where we grew up at,
Man,
right?
for real.
You wouldn't think that going through all of those adversaries in the hood that you would even make it past 25. And then, like, you look back at all of the accomplishments that you've achieved, no matter what part of life it was, all you could be like is like, damn, I did that. And you get to this midpoint in your life, and I understand now the meaning of midlife crisis, because your next question is, while you're in your 40s, what's next?
Ooh, I find myself asking that question almost daily. What's next?
What am I going to do now? What can I do to lay that first impression?
That's a good. I like that. That's a good
Upon
segue.
some people,
like
what what step can I take now? Like, like even with my music and what I'm doing as a DJ, like those are my plans. So like, what's my next goals? Because I've done DJing for 20, 30 years. I've been a DJ ever since I was 12 years old, bro.
Yeah, you've been DJing for years now, decades.
You been to some of them parties, like, how wild we done had our shit back in them days, all them traffic jams and the beach parties, and I could go on and on and on and on about it. Even living through that. That's why I was saying about, like, damn, I don't know how I made it to 25, but I did, and now we in our 40s, and I'm definitely now like, what's next?
Yeah, we glad we made it, but while we was going through that time, we had no idea how we was doing it.
No idea.
We was just doing it.
No idea whatsoever.
And looking back at it now, like, it's funny because I can tell people a lot of the stories from some of the stuff we used to do back then, and people like, nah, ain't no way y'all did that in real life. No, nigga, it happened.
It happened. It happened.
I got proof and witnesses.
That
shit happened.
Yeah, and then for some of them women, they gonna have that guilty look about some of them stories that they had to tell about some of the shit that we did back in our days. It'd be like, hey. But I'm telling the truth though.
Yeah,
it was our lives was some crazy mess.
Man, it's because we had that mindset that we ain't had a lot of time left. I think that was part of it. We all had that mindset like we ain't gonna make it to 25 no way. So,
but wait, okay, me being one of the first to move out and actually try to get an experience of life outside of Milwaukee and everything like that. I told everybody, like, hey, it's way more to life than what's going on right here, right now.
Way more.
Way more to life.
And that was why I started coming down while you was in London. I came down at least once a year.
Exactly.
To come down there. And I'm like, well, what else is out there? And then I started coming here to Dallas.
Yep. See how the everyday life balance is. Life is a whole lot sweeter. I mean, look. Okay, yeah. Currently, brother living in hometown right now, and yes, stuff is not like how it used to be back in the past.
But you also learned a lot.
But I learned a lot, and I'm making the best of what my situations are, and especially when it comes to doing the things that I want to do.
Yeah.
That's another thing about being 40. Can't nobody tell you shit no more.
And I promise that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, you are a fully grown ass man or woman.
Yeah.
Fully grown. Can't nobody tell you shit. Except your parents. Or except your mama. Or except your father. You know, whoever is in your current life right now, that's the only person that can probably tell you some shit.
Yeah.
Or tell you what to do.
Yeah, but other than that,
you fully grown. Can't nobody tell you nothing. That's 40.
we done been through some stuff. You can't tell me some things that I ain't learned from already.
Man.
I done messed up my credit and fixed it a few times.
And still in the process of doing that all over again. Okay.
Right at that nice middle ground. Right at that nice middle ground right there. That's where we at. We in the middle ground of everything.
Look, and you know how it is on the balance when it comes to talking about credit and stuff like that. It's every 7 years, there's always going to be a whole new cycle of things.
If you know what you're doing.
If you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So take advantage of your credit, especially if it's above 700.
Yeah. And I did that recently, and then right now I think I'm sitting there like right now, not trying to brag or nothing like that, but it's like once you catch the pattern of what you should and shouldn't do,
look,
it's easy to manipulate it.
I'm about to say, bro, it ain't nothing to brag about. I know kids that are 23, 24 years old, still wet behind the ears, got millions of dollars.
Yeah.
A1 credit.
Yeah.
And still don't even know how to take advantage of that. You know, they still don't know how to. They still wouldn't even know how to invest into a stock or a cryptocurrency plan. You know, or just any of that matter. Just not reading into the books of it. It's just like, hey, I got my lump sum of money. You know, like I'm just gonna spend it.
Not knowing how to make that money work for them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've been taught all of that stuff through the whole Rich Dad Poor Dad books, and you know the other higher education of things, even going through some of the seminars that they was trying to come up with in the late 90s and the early 2000s and things like that. So we've been through all of this already.
Right. But we had to learn through it. Had
exactly.
we not learned by what we've been through, we wouldn't be where we are today.
At all.
That's it.
Wouldn't be where we are today at all. I mean, there's some cats that's on the process of, hey, I got my big breakthrough getting ready to come up.
Yeah.
That's us.
Yeah.
You know, not worried about it right now. Cause hey, I could chill out. I can go ahead and make my nice little 6 figures and be comfortable with life. I don't have to be rich.
Right.
You know, that's my life at 40.
Yeah.
Don't have to be, you know, I don't. If I was thinking of trying to take over the whole country right now, I wouldn't be president of the United States. I'll tell you that much.
Well, really, that ain't no. I mean, people confuse that. That's a conversation for another day. But a lot of people confuse the president as the ruler of our country instead of being the leader of our country.
Right. You can't. Yeah. You can't be. Well, you think about it though. He's what, 80?
Yeah, he is about 80.
Man's 80 years old.
He about 80. He about one good hip away from. About one good hip away from somebody else being the damn president.
Well, he was one good hip away from somebody should have been the president, but like I said, that's another conversation for later.
Conversation for another day.
Also, as well, adding to that, we have to remember that there was a whole generation that's getting ready to be in the outs. and another one getting ready to form in.
Yep.
That's why we're seeing all of these new changes right now.
Oh yeah, it's about to be a different world. 10 years from now, it's gonna look completely different than what it looks like now.
Well, 10 years ago. Well, okay. You remember what happened 10 years ago? Police brutality. First black president getting ready to leave the office. You had people's lives changing as they're in their 30s.
Drastically.
Very drastically. Because, yeah, I remember motherfuckers was going to the club every goddamn weekend. You know what I'm saying? You know, things like that.
Yeah.
The good old days.
The good old days.
Yeah. But that just goes to show you how quick time changes.
Yeah.
See, like, I'll even say for my kid, I don't know what is going to happen in my 50s.
Yeah.
At all. All I could do is look forward to his future.
Yep. Same here.
So, I'd just be like, well, hey, that's all I could do is just try to do the best that I can. But, you know, that's just me still trying to live life in my 40s and just trying to enjoy the whole fruits of my labor, quote unquote, and all the other good stuff. So it's life is a journey, bro.
And you got to enjoy that journey.
And you got to enjoy it. Because if you don't, I don't know about you, but I'm not taking no damn pills, bro. Let's just say that. I'm going to just go there with that one.
I ain't got to worry about no pills right now. And I'm fine. I'm 100% fine with that right now.
Exactly.
I'm 100% fine with that.
Matter of fact, hold up. When was the last time you took a pill?
Like an Advil?
No. I'm talking about a pill.
I ain't never took one of them. I got close.
No, a pill. I mean, not no pill that's coming from over the counter type shit. I'm talking about a pill that is prescribed directly from a doctor, in which you know damn well, and I'm gonna say it, you know damn well, it's cocaine or heroin. Okay, now,
That's what's in the pills.
you damn right. That's what's in the pill.
Honestly, I ain't took a pill in a good minute. The only pill I've taken in the last, now I think about it, the last at least 8 years now. Last pill I've taken has been like an Advil.
Last one you taken was an Advil.
Yep, in the last 8 years. The only other thing I've had since before 8 years ago, was probably a muscle relaxer.
Just a muscle relaxer?
That's it.
Okay, well, let me tell you something about that. Muscle relaxer is worse than the Advil.
Why so?
Advil you getting from over the counter.
True.
Muscle relaxer, that sounds illegal.
That you do got to have a prescription for that.
You see what I'm saying?
You do.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds illegal. So,
I mean,
it just said muscle relaxer. Like,
damn.
Am I taking a steroid? Or am I
Drug
taking
dealers wearing white coats now.
You feel what I'm saying?
God damn.
I hate to say it, but hey, I was told a long time ago. Shout out to my bro, and I'm gonna just keep it at that. Pharmacists and doctors are the biggest drug dealers in the world.
They sure are. Because all they do is tell you, like, hey, I see you got a little bit of this going on. I'm going to write this note for you, and you go pick this up from old boy down the block.
Just like that. Just like
the same
that.
way we used to have runners back in the day.
Or just middlemen, period.
Period. Like,
middlemen, period.
Oh, man.
Put it in another perspective. This is why I don't take pills. You want to know the last time that I took a pill? I took a pill called Vicodin. I was 21. I messed up my finger, at work. While I'm going to school. So couldn't get on the boards and do no mixes or anything. I'm just like, well, damn. What am I going to do? Well, took this shot. took this surgery on my thumb. Oh, doctor say I gotta take a Vicodin. What's that?
You scared?
Oh, I don't know what the hell Vicodin is.
What you mean?
But the doctor said I gotta take it, so I guess I'm just gonna have to take it. Not knowing that Vicodin has heroin in it. Quote unquote.
The chemical makeup of it is
The chemical imbalance of it is messed up so bad. Let me tell you how much of a sleep that I was having. I should have been dead at 21.
I think we all should have at some point.
At some point. Yeah, remember I was telling y'all could have been dead at 18 dealing with my woman on that Buick Rendezvous? Whatever that was coming at me.
The Rendezvous was dangerous.
It was very dangerous. Not as dangerous as that damn Vicodin pill. Tell you something about that Vicodin pill. I had 12 hours of sleep, man.
12 hours.
12 hours.
Did you feel refreshed when you woke up?
Hell no. I was still in pain. I was like, what the hell was I doing sleeping for 12 hours? I'm in pain. My whole left thumb. Bandaged up.
Now you know what Michael Jackson felt like. I just want to sleep. He was in pain. He just wanted to sleep.
Hey, this is some good ass wine, dog. He said, yeah, he did say that on the. Wow.
Yep, he just wanted to sleep.
You know what was messed up? He was in his 50s.
So you saying?
Oh, he had just turned 50.
He was like 50, 51. Somewhere around there. So you saying that we got, as long as we stay away from drugs, we'll make it past the 50s?
I would say, as far as drugs are concerned, and you being in your 40s, if you are already on a medication, be very careful about how you take those doses. Because there are still chemical imbalances that people face even when trying to take medication or just trying to feel better. See, people take medicine as in a means to just feel better. I could take 8 Advils within a matter of 4 days because it allows you to take it every 12 hours or so, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I could take that every 4 days and still not feel better than I was a while ago. I remember I had a migraine and that was all I took was Advil. I didn't feel better after 4 days.
Because at that point, you got a bigger problem.
At that point, you got a bigger problem. Right. Now I got to go to the doctor. You know how long it's been since I've been to a doctor?
How long?
I remember I was in middle school. Really? So that's how long it's been since I actually been to a doctor where I had to stay in a hospital overnight.
I don't think I've ever had to stay overnight.
Never had to stay overnight in a hospital?
I don't think I've ever had to stay overnight. And I've had, I've been snipped. So that was a 30-minute in and out.
I mean, snipped is...
But like that's
snipped is like vasectomy type shit.
Yeah, that's like
some shit. You know what I'm saying? So
like,
you're not gonna stay in the hospital for a vasectomy. But that's probably
that's probably the longest I've stayed in the hospital. Besides when I almost died with pneumonia, that was probably the longest, and that was just waiting on test results. But that's probably the longest I stayed anywhere.
Damn, you know what? All the years I know you, I ain't never knew that.
Yeah, that's what got me down in Dallas in the first place. And I'll tell you the story another day.
Yeah, we'll deal with that another day. Moving on with it. I can't get over the fact of, like, just pills.
Synthetically made. We don't know exactly what's in it. Ain't no nutrition facts on that shit.
At all.
You just trusting this motherfucker because he got on a white coat and he like, hey, take this pill. Matter of fact, take 2 of them.
Yeah, because I went to college for 8. Yeah, I went to college for 8 years just to pay off $200,000-$300,000 to go try to make $1 million or $2 off of insurance policies and shit. And if you don't have an insurance policy, I'm gonna just make my money off of your ass.
Yep. Or they gonna sue to get their money.
Or they gonna sue to get their money. This is just how that whole organization works. I hope I don't get arrested or by the feds, just because we're talking about this shit right now. I hope this shit doesn't happen. But hey, if it does,
ain't no crime committed by statute. Ain't no crime committed by us talking about it.
Well, you know what? That's what I say to that shit.
Okay. Well, before we get canceled, as I say almost every show now, it seems.
Oh my God, that's been going on for years.
I'll go ahead.
Oh my God, that's been going on.
I'd like to thank my man DJ Timeline for joining us today on the podcast. Until next time, grab a drink with us, sit down, and cheers. Or Ubuntu.
Hey.